I can't believe it, but I've been doing this for 10 years, and this is what I've learned as the result. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. And as you can see, I'm in a forest. This is actually more or less what I was doing about 10 years ago in November of 2011 when I originally first started making the first couple of videos for this channel. Back then, I was living in Portland, Oregon, so I went to this large park in southeast Portland called Laurelhurst Park, and I was wearing some sort of red flannel jacket or something like that. I don't have that jacket anymore, so this is the closest I've got. I've since learned, by the way, that patterns and things don't really do so well on video. But I'm just doing this in order to honor the fact that 10 years ago I started this channel. And it's been a really interesting journey, being able to create videos on relationships, being able to help people with their relationships, being able to do things that have caused people, so they have reported to me, to become married, to start families, to go out and live their dreams with the person that they love, etc. This video is here to just kind of acknowledge that, hey, it's been 10 years, and to share with you a couple things that I've learned in this time. So, I did first start YouTube 10 years ago because I was looking for some way to get, interest and reach people and all that sort of stuff. I just completed the X Solution program, the very first iteration of it, back in April, and I was honestly kind of struggling to figure out how to let people know about it. Somebody had told me, hey, go ahead and start a YouTube channel, just make 15 videos. 5 videos that answer common questions, 5 videos that offer a few tips, and 5 videos that deal with common challenges and setbacks and myths that people have about whatever the topic is. So I went out into Laurelhurst Park and had my then girlfriend at the time, now wife, film me in some camera that really was not equipped to handle things like that. Since then, I think I've gotten a little bit better on the tech side. It's been a crazy time. I uploaded those 15 videos and then went about completely forgetting about them. I think it was about a year or two later, we started getting a lot of emails from people that were saying things like, hey, I found you on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. And so then I looked back at the numbers and it's like, oh, wow, some of these videos are getting, thousands or so views. Maybe we should start doing this again. And at the time, I was honestly still trying to figure out how to run a business. I wasn't in the best place mentally. I mean, I think looking back, I was probably depressed, or maybe not really depressed, but more like frustrated with just the fact that I wasn't having the kind of impact that I thought that I could have. And so for some reason, it just occurred to me to just not cut my hair for like a year, which is why you can see some of these embarrassingly old videos where I'm in very desperate need of a haircut. We keep those up even though they're embarrassing for me, just because people keep watching them and some people seem to keep liking them. But yeah, anyway, that was when I really started to go at it with YouTube. I've been kind of inconsistent about it for most of the time here over the past 10 years, and it's only maybe over the past 2 or 3 years that I've really started to get serious about it. Through this time, I've learned a lot. I think a lot of the foundation of what we've all been about has been in these videos from the beginning. Things like advanced relational skills, things like compassion and empathy, all of that. But through the process of working with other people, through the process of discovering things just by coaching people and getting feedback from people and things of that nature, I have also learned a few things and continued to sharpen my craft. And I hope to continue to do that over the next 10 years or however long I keep doing all this stuff. But the one thing that I think is the number one takeaway from all of this is that, hey, we're all human beings and we're all just trying to do our best to connect with the people around us and to have the kind of relationship that we want. Yes, we may not have the right strategies. Sometimes people have the wrong strategies. They think they need to play hard to get. They think they need to play mind games. They think they need to withhold the truth or not speak up for themselves or, be the nice guy or the nice girl or something like that. And there's a lot of reasons why people might have that sort of belief or that sort of mindset. But if I can just remind you and remind anyone else out there that, hey, you are just a human being trying to have a great relationship with the skills and tools that you have available to you, and so is your partner. And many times they may do things that frustrate you, confuse you, aggravate you, etc. But they're not doing it most likely to manipulate you or use you. Of course, there are people out there who will try to do that, but they're most likely just doing it because they just don't know any better. If we can start to come together as humans, just having a human experience, then we're going to be able to get past a lot of this misunderstanding, a lot of this drive that a lot of people have to play mind games, to be inauthentic, etc. And we're going to get to a place where we can have greater levels of authenticity. That's what the advanced relational skills are all about. The next big takeaway that I've learned through all of this is that, yeah, breakups are tough. They really are. And, a lot of times people have this belief that they're just going to be able to make some nice, steady, linear progress towards, the outcome that they want. They think they're going to be able to just, connect, get a little bit closer. Okay, great. Now we're chatting a little bit more. Now we're going to get together for coffee. Okay, great. We got together for coffee. Now we're going to get together on some sort of, date. Now we're going to be spending more time together. Then, oh, look at that. Things are getting physical. Oh, look, you said I love you. I say I love you too. Now we're back together. It usually doesn't work that way. For whatever reason, it's usually not this nice linear progression. It's really usually just this crazy roller coaster with ups and downs along the ways. Now, I thought it was just me because I was, naive and inexperienced when I was going through the process of getting my ex back. But it turns out that it's pretty much a universal thing. So be prepared for it. Be prepared to have your emotions be pulled in all sorts of different directions. And when things start to seem good or when things suddenly start to seem bad, unless you have some sort of real, meaningful reason for thinking that, okay, yeah, this is the big one here, just kind of take everything with a grain of salt, especially if your ex is at those that one of those stages of getting back together called riding the dragon. That brings us to the third thing, which I've discovered through the process of doing all this. I think it was around 2014 is when we came up with the 5 stages, just from working with coaching clients and things like that. But yeah, this is going to be an emotional journey for your partner and your ex as you're coming back together again. This is going to be a process for them because they are learning to put into doubt the decision that they made about you and the relationship that caused them to leave. They're learning to say, okay, maybe I didn't make the right choice here. Maybe this isn't the person worthy of breaking up that I thought they were. Maybe this is a good, decent person who, maybe they turned maybe they turned a new leaf as the result of the breakup. Maybe the breakup was a wake-up call or something like that. And it is going to take some time to build up that trust that, hey, this is going to be a different dynamic. I'm not walking back into the same relationship that I walked out of. When you make some substantial changes, your ex may think, okay, well, this is just you on your best behavior. This is just you on a good day. This is just you using some sort of gimmick or trick that maybe you learned on the internet or something like that. But as you continue to show up with consistency and continue to improve things over time, they're going to eventually have this threshold hit where they just realize that, hey, this is just how things are. This is just how you are from here on out. And once that trust is hit, once it reaches that critical mass, that's when things are going to really shift in your dynamic. And that's where those 5 stages come from. They come from just this journey towards trust, this journey towards realizing that, hey, this isn't the same dynamic that I left. This isn't the same situation riddled with the same problems, the same whatever it might be, anxiety, insecurity, temper, whatever, that caused the breakup in the first place. And so there is going to be this journey along the way. Then, of course, there's the whole issue of being on the same team. This is something that I really got into maybe over the past year and a half or so, was the whole idea of being on the same team. And if we can just be on the same team, a lot of these challenges can just get smoothed over in a really sort of seamless, elegant kind of way. Many times, a lot of the challenges that you may experience in a relationship, whether it's a breakup or any other sort of relationship situation, come from the two people not really getting and believing and truly accepting that they're on the same team with one another. When the two of you actually do get on the same team, that's when things start to, get a lot better. I mean, like, why else would you feel like you need to play mind games with your partner? It's because you don't think you're on the same team. It's because you don't think you want the same things. Why else would you need to walk on eggshells or measure every word that you say? It's because you don't think that you're on the same team. It's because you don't think that you want the same things. Why else would you think that you need to, analyze what they're doing on social media, or who's that person that they're talking to? Is that a rebound? All that sort of stuff. It's because you don't think you're on the same team. So if you really just get on the same team and work through those advanced relational skills and continue to connect with the advanced relational skills to get through the 5 stages of getting back together, you're going to do yourself a big positive service here. And then, of course, the new thing that I've been really focused on recently is your way of being. I've been kind of going into this slowly over time because I know it's a little bit of a break from what we've typically talked about on this channel, but your way of being is absolutely critically important. It does tie into things like the advanced relational skills, but it goes kind of to the next level. This is where you actually get to release your insecurities, release your fears, your anxieties, the things from the past that maybe you feel held back by, the traumas, the things that you regret doing, etc. And you can just step into a new personality, step into a new reality, step into a new possibility for yourself. And as you do this, a lot of really sort of inexplicable kind of things start lining up in your life. And you start to draw to you certain circumstances and people and situations that serve as a doorway for you to have a much easier relationship. And the reason that this is kind of a break from things in the past is because, I think that this should be pretty obvious now after 10 years at this point, but I have kind of a left brain sort of way of looking at things. But that is to say, I kind of dissect things and I look at them in a really practical sort of sense. But if you start to look at things from a way of being standpoint, you have to leave a lot of that behind, because a lot of times things will happen that just don't even make any sense. That is to say, things will just line up in a certain way at a certain time. Like if you just follow your intuition and it says, oh, hey, yeah, even though I usually go grocery shopping on Sunday, for some reason on Thursday, I feel like I should get up and go grocery shopping. Okay, go ahead and do that as you're aligning yourself with the right way of being that you want to experience. And maybe you just happen to turn the corner there at the grocery store and, oh, look at that. It's the love of your life right there. Now suddenly the two of you are talking. You have an excuse to interact with one another. And now you're like connecting and talking about getting together next week or whatever it might be. Things like that can start to happen as you start to work through your way of being. Those are the main takeaways that I've learned thus far, at least the big high-level ones. We're going to, of course, be continuing to learn things and grow together. Thank you so much for all of the 67,500 subscribers, at least as of the time of making this video, who have helped support me over the past 10 years, who have joined us on this journey, who have watched these videos, who've given us 20 million views or so over the past 10 years. Thank you so much. I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for being able to have this platform to share this message with you and to reach all of these people that I have been able to reach over these past 10 years. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. And with that being said, I can't wait to help you continue to grow as we move forward together. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video.